We've all been in that repeating argument. One minute you're cooking dinner, and the next, a single tone of voice hits. Walls go up, and the person you love feels like a complete stranger. This is happening because that fight is actually a body memory stuck on repeat. Your nervous system is reacting to an old threat, playing it back as if it's happening right now. In this tutorial, we will walk through a specific biological protocol to rewire that automatic reaction using nervous system regulation. When we shift our focus away from learning better communication tactics and instead learn to regulate the body, we can permanently turn a relationship from a battlefield into a safe harbor. Step 1 happens before the argument even starts. While you and your partner are perfectly calm, you sit down and create a spiral interrupt agreement. You choose a specific pause word to stop the interaction and a return phrase to signal when you are both ready to reconnect. This middle band is your window of tolerance, the zone where your brain can handle stress without flipping into chaos or shutting down. Knowing you have an agreement expands that window from the edges, building a baseline of relational safety in advance. You will know this step is working when you feel the physical signs of a trigger, like a racing heart or a tight chest, but you still have enough control to use your pause word instead of lashing out or walking away. Building this safety beforehand keeps your heart rate manageable. It prevents the nervous system from crossing the threshold into full physiological flooding, where productive conversation becomes biologically impossible. Step 2 is the active intervention, dual focus. When that trigger hits, place a hand on your chest, look directly at your safe partner, and verbally acknowledge what is happening. You say, "My body is panicking right now, but I know I am safe with you." The left side represents an implicit memory, a trigger of chaotic feelings from the past firing all at once because the hippocampus is offline. Dual focus forces it back online, pulling those past sensations into the clear, calm geometry of the present. The immediate success indicator here is a shift in your body. The panic stops escalating. It becomes something you are observing as a memory rather than an active emergency you are fighting off. Bringing the hippocampus back online modifies your brain's memory architecture. It gives the implicit memory a date in the past, stripping the trigger of its power over your present reactions. Step 3 is the narrative formula. You need to tell the story of the trigger using 3 specific elements: state of fact about what happened, name the physical sensation in your body, and offer a reflection on it. In a triggered state, your brain looks like this model. The linear left hemisphere is completely disconnected from the emotional right hemisphere. Narrating a story with words while tracking physical sensations wires those separated halves back together. You have achieved this step when your story stops being a chaotic flood of overwhelming emotion and settles into a coherent, organized narrative that clearly belongs to your history. This bilateral connection tells your body the danger is over. Your nervous system stops burning energy to defend against a threat that ended years ago. Step 4 shifts the responsibility to the receiving partner. If your partner is triggered, your entire job is to drop any urge to problem-solve the argument and provide cues that soothe their nervous system. Look at them and say the required cue. "When you are in pain, the world stops and I listen." This signals absolute, unconditional safety. There is one strict biological rule for the receiving partner. You must never tell a triggered person to calm down. Saying "calm down" withdraws relational safety at the exact moment your partner needs it most. Because their body is already running a threat program, their nervous system registers that withdrawal as an attack, forcing them to escalate simply to survive the moment. True co-regulation looks entirely different. It is the physical dropping of shoulders and the slowing of the exhale that happens naturally when a dysregulated nervous system successfully borrows the calm of the regulated person sitting across from them. This is the full sequence. You pause the spiral before you flood. You use dual focus to tag the memory as belonging to the past. You connect your logic to your physical sensations, and you rely on your partner's regulated presence. By doing this, you have accomplished something physical. You have altered your brain's memory architecture and literally updated your body's threat code. Send this tutorial to your partner. Sit down tonight while you are both calm and design your own spiral interrupt agreement with your pause word and return phrase. Taking this proactive step ensures the past loses its ability to hijack your present. It is the exact mechanism that turns a relationship into a biological sanctuary.